Hello, welcome to another episode of Black Ice 73. I am Black Ice 73. Today, I want to talk about this guy from Columbus, Ohio. This Jason Meade guy, who was a deputy sheriff who was on a fugitive attack, shot a guy. I don't want to call him by his color. He shot Mr. Goodson Jr. in the back 3 times. And Mr. Goodson Jr. wasn't even the suspect who they were looking for. I said, according to the media in Ohio, this damn deputy sheriff just stepped behind this dude and shot him 3 times in the back. And then they said they were looking for a suspect who was 23, who rolled down the road waving the gun. Mr. Gibson wasn't even the guy they were looking for. 3 times in the back, people. And he wasn't the guy. And the crazy part is, the dude was stepping in his home. The screen door had been shut. He shot him 3 times through the screen door. And they're kind of trying to treat this like a oopsie. Oopsie, wrong guy, my bad. My freaking bad. This dude was 26-year-old. Didn't have a criminal record. His mom said he ain't had no warrants. He wasn't being searched. He wasn't being investigated for nothing. But he got shot in the back. There wasn't no mistaken identity. It wasn't none of that stuff, people. The dude was shot in the back 3 times. And the sheriff don't know why. They said, oh, we recovered a gun he had. Kind of find out. The dude had a license to conceal weapon. He had a license to carry the gun. So they can't say nothing about that. One thing said, recover the gun. Hell yeah, you come to my house. Come to my vehicle. You're going to recover a gun. And I'm going to flash that concealed weapon in your face. Not concealed weapon, but I'm going to I'm allowed to carry a concealed weapon. 3 times in the back, people. See, I want to call him black because he could be Puerto Rican or Dominican. You know how they do it. Like, I ain't black, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican. You know, a lot of them do. But it's just crazy, people. You walking into your house, and then you get out the house with they say he had a sub. And he got a sub in his hand, a sandwich. And he gets shot in the back, people. And I'm not a protester. I don't get out there and protest. I got bad knees, and sometimes I don't agree with what they're protesting. But somebody with higher power need to do something about this shit. Because you just can't just shoot somebody in the back 3 times. And this man you don't have no legit reason to do it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have some audio I'm about to play, but I don't know. Let's see.
Casey Goodson's
Here you go.
mother, Tamala Payne,
audio.
And the Goodson family attorney, Sean Walton. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Don.
I am so sorry for your loss, Tamala. Casey was. shot and killed as he was walking into his own home. Tell me what you know about what happened to your son that day, please.
All I know is that my son left home that morning, as he would do as a normal person, to go to a dental appointment. After returning home from his dental appointment, well, before returning home, he stopped away for him, my mother, and my 5-year-old son. Upon returning home, Casey was entering the house. Casey was executed, going into the home. His body fell into the house with the sandwiches.
Then he was shot. He was killed. His 5-year-old brother couldn't do anything about it. They seeing him laying there dying or dead. A 5-year-old. There's gonna be another young person who's gonna be potentially gonna say, "I hate the police." I can't trust the police. Look what they did to my brother. He ain't did nothing to nobody, and he dead. He 5. That shit crazy, people.
With the bullet holes. And so, Don, I think it's important to note that.
Hang on a second, Sean. Because I think it's important for people to hear, Tamala, and it's important to hear you. But I just want to know, there are so many. Unfortunately, Tamala, there are so many mothers that have to go through this, and we don't.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I hit the wrong thing.
We don't know, what this investigation is going to cover, but there's so many mothers who have to go through this, and the particular pain that you're feeling right now shouldn't be felt by any mother, regardless of the circumstances.
No, sir, it should not. This was senseless. My son would not have harmed a fly. If my son was given a command, he would have listened. He was a law-abiding citizen. Everything he did was legal. My son was murdered, and there's just no ways around it. He deserves justice. I mean, the kid had a whole life in front of him. He had plans. He had dreams. He wanted to be a CCW instructor. He wanted to own. He had a CDL license. He was working, saving, trying to save enough money to purchase his own truck. He wanted to drive his own trucks. He didn't want to drive for nobody no more. He wanted to do his own thing. He had plans. He had dreams. He had goals. And they were ripped from him for nothing.
Mm. Sean, thank you for being patient. I've got to ask you because, he was armed. He had, Ohio has a concealed carry law. He was a carry permit holder. He was legally armed. He has no criminal background. He was not the target of any investigation. Do you know why he was even confronted by the deputy?
Don, I think that is a major question because, in 2020 in America, a black man should be able to legally possess a firearm in a state that allows you to openly carry a weapon. And so, with that being the case, with Casey being someone who was a law-abiding citizen, he was peaceful. He always preached to his family the need to safely follow gun laws. And so Casey was a person who did everything right. And so what happened that day that caused this deputy to take the life of this black man as he walked into his own home? He left the dentist that day. He was carrying a face mask and Subway sandwiches, got his keys in the door, and was executed. So we have no idea why he was confronted, but it's on Jason Meade to tell the family what happened that day.
There are rallies, Tamala, calling for the schedule all week, right? Calling for justice. All summer, people all over this nation protested police brutality and racism. Do you feel that this is a systemic problem in Columbus as well as this country?
Absolutely. I believe it's a problem all around, but it's swept under the rug
because these are their officers and they protect them. We're not protected, but they are. They're given a badge to serve and to protect us. But because of the color of our black man's skin, they're not protected. They become targets instead of somebody that they have to protect. I believe that I refuse to call him officer. I believe that this inhumane man that murdered my son was just looking for trouble. He didn't get his target. He didn't get what he was there for. He didn't find who he was looking for. Whatever his mission was, whatever he was there for, whatever brought him around those parts, it didn't complete his mission. He has a history of being a violent man, and I just feel like he was fired up. He was ready, and when whatever he was doing fell through, my son just happened to pull up and be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and became his target because he was a black man.
Well, Ms. Payne, I'm so sorry for what you're having to deal with. We're so sorry about what happened. We're going to continue to follow. Sean, thank you for joining, and we are all thinking about you. Please keep us updated, okay? Thanks so much.
Because he was a black man. That's crazy, people. You see, you looked at the news last week, I think, and the guy who leading them the black people with assault weapons and all that stuff and guns, he got arrested. His name, they call him Grandmaster J. He got arrested, and they said he got arrested because he was in Kentucky, and they were at a rally, and there was some people on the roof. They said he didn't realize it was a Secret Service. He just saw people on the roof, and he was concerned. So he had a flashlight, but his flashlight was connected to his gun. So he got arrested for putting his flashlight/gun up at the darn officer out there. But as you know, in American history, anytime a group get together, the so-called defend their people, especially a black group, the leader end up in jail, dead, or missing. Every single time. Throughout the history of this nation, when people get together, when black people get together and call themselves defending the people, their people, the leader always end up jail, dead, or missing. It started way before my time, back in the Marcus Garvey days, when he was trying to get black people from America, or the Americans, North and South, the Caribbeans, try to get them to get together and get back on the boat and go back to Africa. They found all kind of crimes against him and had that man deported back to Jamaica. You know about Dr. King? Dr. King got killed just for talking, trying to get civil rights. Malcolm X or Malcolm Little, he got killed by his own people from the Nation of Islam, as they call them, the NOI. He got killed by them because they like, oh no, he talking too much. That he was learning the true meaning of being a Muslim, peaceful, supposed to be a peaceful people. And he came back from Mecca and started telling the people, hey, there's different Muslims around the world. Black, white, Asian, all around the world. And he started telling them, say, hey, these people are nice and these people are great. Nation of Islam didn't like that message. They killed him. Malcolm Elvis, he was killed because he was fighting for justice for your people. It always end up they're gonna kill somebody. Is it the police? I'm not even a police basher, but in a case like this, they deserve to be bashed. Or this joker deserved to be bashed. That's the reason I posted his picture. I posted Jason picture on my thumbnail because he the one deserved to be put in public, showing the man who killed Mr. Goodson. I know they're showing on the news and stuff, they're showing pictures of Mr. Goodson. No, show Jason. Jason is the murderer. Jason did the killing. Like the mom said, I don't even recognize this man as an officer or a deputy. This man is a darn executioner. They executed this man in front of his 5-year-old brother and his grandmother at home. At home, people. They ain't did nothing to nobody. They ain't did nothing. Man, it's crazy. I'm not the one to, I don't promote violence or any stuff, anything like that. But God done it, people. What you gonna do? In a lot of cases, you can't even trust the officers. What you gonna do? They tell you, no, you can't fight. You can't fight back. But as the Black Panther used to say, I'm gonna defend myself by any means necessary. Any means necessary. But they didn't even give this man the chance to defend himself, see what's going on. They didn't even give him a chance to see why he behind him. Nope. Shot him 3 times in the back. People, reason I keep on saying that, isn't it? I thought it was a law that police officer can't shoot nobody in the back who wasn't being threatened or fear for their life. I see that he had his weapon. It's no excuse. Can't even make an excuse for these damn people. Can't even make an excuse. The man was murdered. Mr. Goodson was murdered by Jason Meade. Remember that name, Jason Meade. This story might go on another day. They're gonna be pushed back. You're like, what's going on? Who is this? What's going on? But me, I'm gonna keep an eye on this darn case when they go to trial, or they might do like they did the Breonna Taylor damn shit and the done Attorney General don't even bring up her being murdered in her own apartment. They brought up some other bogus charges that got everybody free. The law is sincere, people. Us common people, we hear, oh, you're gonna have to go through a grand jury. But it's up to the darn DA and Attorney General to present the case. If they don't present the case of him murdering somebody in some other joint, they're like, oh, you're not guilty of this part. Well, okay, then they say he's not guilty, so he don't have to serve. That's how they do. No words would get a lot of people sentenced to life or put on death row. And they also will help someone who killed some people get away free. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification, and hit the share button. And I'll talk to you later.